Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. What is up, folks? We are in for a special treat today. It's gonna be a midday matchup. What? It's gonna be a ZVT between our pink Zerg in the bottom right, Mr. TimboSlice, and his Terran opponent, rocking the yellow in the top left, Mr. bbreed. The battlefield for this game is going to be Submarine LE. This is the shortest rush distance map in the map pool. Let's see if these guys do anything aggressive or cheeky, as Timbo, we see, is moving across the map with a single drone. Is it just going to be a scout? Looks like yes it is. Interesting deviation there already. Timbo doesn't usually go for a early scout. And Timbo saying this series determines if I get vaccinated, right? So I guess if Timbo loses, he is getting the vaccine. And let's see. Timbo going 3 hatch once again, which is his favored super economical opening. So he's gonna rock it up in the income and production. Of course, he is going to be vulnerable for the first few minutes of the game, so it's very important that he got that early scout, knowing that nothing too crazy is going to come out of bbreed's side. bbreed is going for his usual reactor on the barracks and a factory right behind, which implies he's going to swap that out and start Hellion production very soon. Timbo doesn't even have his spawning pool yet, just completing right now. Queen's on the way. Just one queen, actually. Need to start your other one here. There it goes. And third one there. And bbreed making his wall a little earlier than usual. A lot of times we see him kind of put that off for a while. So he is maybe learning from his past mistakes. Gonna build up that wall, try to shoot down that overlord, but does not get it. Let's see if he decides to float this barracks up for the vision. I think it would be worth it to do so, but yes, he's gonna do that. I like that play. It's very annoying for the Zerg player to lose an Overlord at any point of the game, really, but especially this first Overlord, which scouts the front of the Terran base. You'll be able to see when stuff moves out, kind of see the tech. So, good denial of scouting there from bbreed. And what's going to be the tech from Timbo? Nothing going down yet. We don't see a Baneling Mass. We don't see a Roach Horn. It's just drones so far. Start making a few Zerglings. Well, a lot of Zerglings. 22 Zerglings on the way. Is that just for defense because he doesn't really know what's in front at the moment, or is he gonna go for some kind of attack? But bbreed already gonna have a good amount of Hellions, which obviously are very good against Zerglings. And this is a weird little wall. Is that like is there a hole there? I'm not even sure. This is a strange placement. And we see all these Zerglings posturing up. Oh, you could definitely catch these 5 Marines, and he does go for it. That'd be a nice little pick off there. And more Zerglings running across the map. Baneling Nest almost done. Is this going to be a Baneling bust? And maybe not. I guess he was just maybe pretending. As he runs back into this little crevice here behind the gas. Not sure what that was all about. Morphing Banelings now, back at home. So gonna be mostly defensive, I suppose. Armory, about a third of the way done for bbreed, which will obviously allow the Hellions to turn into Hellbats, and it'll allow these Widow Mines to be permanently cloaked even after they fire. And so here comes bbreed. The attack is on the way. Is Timbo gonna be ready? He certainly has a lot of units, but does not have Baneling speed just yet. Doesn't even have a lair until right now. And he's gonna try to go for it, but these slow Banes actually get some nice connections. Ooh! Cleans up almost the entire Terran army. Decent shot from this Widow Mine, kills 7 units. But there's still a small force of Terran here, but I think this is more than enough Zerg units to hold it off. Timbo may be respecting this a little too much. Starts another 32 Zerglings. That's going to be a lot of Zerglings. We see Timbo's actually behind in the worker count right now, 39 to 43. And that means he's going to be pretty safe against this attack. But he is obviously quite behind in terms of economy. I mean, not super behind, but if we take a look at the income graph, bloop. Yeah, so for majority of the game so far, it has been Terran favored. A few blips for Timbo, but still going the way of our Terran player. Close that up. And let's take a look at the units lost. So pretty close. The Terran player has lost a little bit more, but of course he has mined a little bit more. So very even game so far, as Timbo does force the cancel on that third base. And ooh, Spire on the way. And I don't think bbreed has done any scouting. Yeah, has no idea what's going on inside Timbo's base. So he has no idea that mutas are going to be on the way very soon. No missile turrets just yet. Doesn't even have an engineering base, so he is going to be falling behind on the upgrades. Actually, no upgrades on the side of our Zerg either, just now starting his 1-1. But the Spire is done, but no mutas on the way just yet. It looks like Timbo is very short on minerals. He's got over 1,000 gas, but no minerals to supplement that. And still very even in terms of the worker count. Usually as a Zerg you want to be ahead in that regards. Timbo does have the bases, even starting up his 4th, while bbreed doesn't even have his 3rd planted down just yet. But still, income gonna be pretty close. Actually, quite a Terran favorite, that's thanks to the mules. And bbreed gonna be setting up for another attack. He's got 1 Liberator here, 1 Siege Tank here. Let's see if he's able to do any damage. Of course, with the help of Creep, Timbo is able to spot all of this. I'd like to see a scan thrown down to clear up this Creep, deny that vision, but Timbo runs in, picks off the frontal force there. Pretty decent control by bbreed. Some nice pre-splits, some nice hot pickups, and gonna be denying a lot of Timbo's attempts at breaking this position. Timbo floating a lot of resources once again, as we see the supply count heavily going to be in favor of our Terran player. And oh my goodness, Timbo is kind of falling apart here. Not quite spending his money, streaming in his units single file into their deaths, and he's going to be forced to retreat this 3rd base. What is he going to do? Oh, miscontrolling the units, going to lose some more Zerglings, and this is going to be a super hard hold here from Timbo. Let's see if he's able to clean it up. Some nice Baneling connections, and does clean up most of the army, but there's still a tank in the back anchoring this position, and still a small force here at the front. Going to be very difficult to break. Timbo is producing more units now, but he is just so far behind in terms of the army count. Look at that, 70 to 25, and Timbo is going to be in big trouble. His Ling's trying to, I don't know what that was for. He runs in again, cleans up a few forces in the front, but these tanks doing a lot of work. Timbo's gonna jump on those, might get them, gets 1, gets 2, but still no answer for the reinforcements here. Another drop into the main. bbreed is taking control of this game. Timbo unable to spend his resources anymore. Down 49 drones to 61 SCVs from the Terran player. And that's gonna be about it, folks. Timbo has nothing left. bbreed is sieging up the front of Timbo's base. He's had his 3rd command center, but hasn't even lifted that to land on his 3rd, and he doesn't even need to. Timbo's gonna GG out of this game. Alright, welcome back, folks. This is going to be game number 2 between our pink Zerg player in the bottom right, Mr. TimboSlice, and his green Terran opponent in the top left, Mr. bbreed. bbreed taking a pretty commanding victory in game 1. Timbo not really spending his money efficiently and on time, did not have enough for that attack, and ultimately paid the price. Let's see if he is going to manage to do better this game, as bbreed does lead the series 1-0. I'm going to throw down a hatch first and scouting once again. But bbreed is going for his usual once again. So we're going to pop in, spot that real quick, and back out. This time these players are playing on Romanticide. That will be our map for the second game, Romanticide. What does that even mean? I think the side suffix means like killing? So the death of romance or something? If homicide is to kill a person, romanticide is to kill romance? I don't know. I ain't no linguist. But it's going to be the same opening as last time from Timbo. 3 hatches followed by gas followed by pool. Once again, super economical. And Timbo's going to spot the expansion over here from bbreed and then escape up onto this high ground little perch area. bbreed's 1 Marine, gonna see if he could spot that, but he won't be able to unless he floats this barracks, which he did last game, so I would expect the same thing once again. We shall see if he has the foresight to do that. And pumping out Marines 2 at a time. Factory gonna be right behind, and we'll most likely swap it once he's done. Oh, how did he get vision of that? Uh-oh. This poor Overlord is not long for this world as he tries to juke bbreed, but going to lose its life. Look at that poor Overlord's entrails splattered all over the minerals. And that means, obviously, that Timbo's vision is going to be denied once again. Does not have the scout onto the front of bbreed's wall any longer. So Timbo gonna go for a baneling nest behind this. And he already has a handful of lings, 14 more on the way. Is this going to be some kind of baneling bust? We shall see. Now bbreed has started his Hellion production. Starport also just finished, so he will be able to make medevacs whenever you're ready, bbreed. Timbo sending 1 ling to scout to see some Marines, but not much else. And now Timbo going the long way around. Maybe gonna see if he can deny a 3rd. Maybe morph some banelings and try to do a bust. And what's going to be the move here from Timbo? Indeed, going to be some Banelings. And once again, sending a Ling in to scout. Gonna see the Hellions and Marines. So, does Timbo want to commit here? I don't know if he'll be able to break this. But Timbo has committed a lot of resources into this already, as we see 27 drones to 37 SCVs. Gonna be heavily Terran favored at the moment. And the Terran is moving out, so this would be the time, Timbo, to attack, as he's able to just run in. The door is open, and oh, the Banelings don't get in, so he's gonna have to use them to bust, which he does. And he's gonna kill a bunch of SCVs. Oh boy! And he even gets into the main base. Gonna get some more SCVs there. Timbo making this attack at the perfect time when bbreed was halfway across the map. And bbreed down to 13 SCVs now, so pretty well done by Timbo. Let's see if he will have enough for the counter, though, as bbreed is heavily in the lead in terms of army supply, 52 to 12. So Timbo's gonna have to make units and more units right now. How's this gonna go? Trying to chase the Terran army with slow Banelings. That is not a good idea. Gonna lose most of them before he can even get back to safety. And oh no! A little miscontrol there from bbreed. Gonna lose most of his Hellions, but it doesn't even matter. He still has his Bio Force. Still has the Widowmine in the front. And he is in prime position to take the second game. Gonna ignore the third base altogether. Go for the throat. And a nice hot pickup there. Doesn't think he can take all those Zerglings, so back up, maybe regroup. But there are no reinforcements on the way. Oh no, was that a missed rally because the doors were closed? All these units stuck here, and I don't know if that's a miss rally or you intentionally put that there. Tried to do a little drop into the main, but Timbo was on top of that, and now bbreed just being annoying, bouncing back into the third. Widowmine gonna get triggered by one Ling, and not really gonna get too much done. Only 6 Marines left here, kind of on a suicide mission. Call these guys the Suicide Squad. And Timbo, all things considered, he has held that off, and he has droned back up. He is ahead in terms of workers now, but bbreed going back for wave 2 of the attack, and Timbo's gonna have to make magic happen once again. He is trailing in the army count. Will he be able to clean this up once again? 3 Widowmines holding down this position. Gonna make it very difficult and very annoying to engage into this. Nice little pre-split by bbreed. And oh, big mine hit there, and kind of a whiff on that one. And I guess Timbo is gonna mostly clean it up. 4 Marines left. Is this the original Suicide Squad? They are still alive and kicking. Look at these guys. They all have a few kills to their name. And uh-oh. Nice hot pickup, saving all of them. Huge mine shot. Oh my god. 22 kills on that mine before it finally gets picked off. And Timbo, while he is slightly ahead in terms of the worker count, he has been getting kicked left and right by bbreed's continuous pressure. Hasn't really had a chance to establish his footing and play his game, Timbo. And now bbreed has his third planted down. Timbo going for a bit of a counter, trying to pick off the reinforcements. Not really going to get too much done there as he runs into bbreed's frontal army. He's going to back up. Maybe gets a few Marines, but loses a ton of Zerglings. That was definitely not worth it. And Timbo really needs to do more here. A bunch of lings on the way, but he does not have much at the moment. Now bbreed going in for another attack. Will Timbo be able to hold this time? Nice squadron of Marines here. One Marine just chilling in the medevac. He does not want to take part. Timbo's gonna try to run in with his lings and banelings, but pretty scared of the Widow Mines, and rightfully so. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord Almighty, that was brutal. And oh, Timbo. Oh no! The Widow Mine shots. Jeez Louise. They have been brutal. Now Timbo down to 52 supply. He has the worker count, but his army supply is super behind. He realizes it, and GG. bbreed takes the victory yet again. Welcome back to the third and probably final game of the series between our pink Zerg player in the top right, Mr. TimboSlice, and his green Terran opponent in the bottom left, Mr. bbreed. Very explosive game number 2 out of bbreed. The Widow Mines really winning the day with some huge hits on the majority of Timbo's Lingbane army. They were just such a nuisance for Timbo to deal with, and ultimately he could not. Timbo, no scout this time. Gonna go for a hatchery first. Let's see if he's gonna go for another one. Nope, gonna be a gas this time. bbreed gonna be doing much of the same, it looks like, as usual. and set up this barracks in such a spot that he can make an add-on right away. So let's see. Okay, he's still going to get a Marine. This time these guys are playing on Pillars of Gold. Pillars of Gold. Where are the pillars? Are these pillars? Are these the pillars? Not really sure what that is referring to. But lots of gold on this map. No gold resources, however. So, a little bit misleading there. This first Marine tried to do a bit of hunting, and he definitely could have gotten this Overlord actually, but wasn't really in the right position. And now he's gonna try, but I think the Overlord's gonna be able to get on top of this pillar of gold in time. And there it goes. Second command center on the way, factory on the way. So gonna be mostly the same exact thing out of bbreed, and hey, it worked the last two games, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Timbo gonna be once again producing a good amount of Zerglings. Not sure why. That's... how many is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Zerglings with another 6 here and 10 more on the way. So obviously that's a lot of potential drones that Timbo did not make. So he's gonna go for some aggression, and let's see, is he gonna be able to get in? I'm not sure if that's a hole there. And it looks like it is not, so Timbo gonna be pushed away for now. Definitely was not worth it. But 6 more Zerglings on the way. Baneling nest behind this, so maybe some kind of bust once again. Let's see if Timbo goes for that. No. Baneling nest is done, and 6 banelings on the way. Ooh, Widowmine planted in this corner. Gonna be difficult to spot. Let's see if it gets the money hits as it did last game. Now the banelings are done. What's Timbo waiting for now? Kind of indecisive, perhaps. Waiting for more Zerglings, but that gives bbreed more time to establish his defenses. And he's got another Widowmine behind this. Good amount of bio and some Hellions. So I don't know, I think Timbo might have missed his window. And of course he has sacrificed a lot of economy to make all this. So he's gonna have to make something happen to catch up. But just kinda sitting on these units, not really putting them to use. That's a lot of wasted resources that could have and probably should have become drones. And look at that income graph. It has been hugely Terran favored for the past few minutes. So Timbo what are you gonna do? Now there's way too much out of the Terran. And Timbo is pretty far behind in all regards. Behind in the workers, behind in the army, and he has not made anything happen with this Lingbane force. It's just been kind of sitting on it, and bbreed is more than content to sit behind his wall and play the single player almost, building up his army. Timbo with more lings on the way, so he wants to get aggressive, but also, I don't know, maybe indecisive, maybe a little too cautious. But I really don't think we can get too much done at this point. 3 Widow Mines, if they can get some decent connections, are gonna eliminate most of this army, and the Bio and Hellions are probably enough to deal with it as well. And now bbreed even getting tanks, so not gonna go for his usual Hellbat timing. Behind this, Timbo going for a Spire. Just gonna say, it doesn't really have as much gases as you want. Going for a Spire, but now getting his 4th gas. Should be getting a 5th and 6th. There they go. Timbo playing catch up at this point in terms of the worker count. Yes, he has the lead, but for majority of the game he has been behind, and ooh, Timbo catching some of bbreed's army out at the front. Send 1 scouting ling. And gonna be morphing more banelings right at bbreed's front door. This 1 tank getting a little bold, putting himself out there. And it does not lose that tank. Now bbreed pushing out. Gonna shoo this Lingbane army away, and no Bane speed, just starting that now, so definitely a mistake there. Should have had that much earlier. Spire is done, but no mutas on the way. Once again, I've been noticing this is kind of a reoccurring trend. The Spire is done, the resources are there, but no mutas on the way, and once again, Timbo not spending his money. He has enough supply to make some units. He has plenty of money. He has the larva, but does not spend his money. And as a result, bbreed has the lead in pretty much every regard. A few workers behind, but that doesn't matter. And slow Baneling is gonna catch the majority of bbreed's army. His attention must have been focused elsewhere, and that's something you do not see every day. Slow Banelings off creep, destroying most of the Terran army, and now another run by into the 3rd. Gonna take out most of the SCVs here. Could have probably taken that Thor, but does not commit to it. 16 SCVs down. That was a decent attack from Timbo, and still no mutas. Why go for a Spire if you're not gonna make mutas? Floating 2.7k minerals, 1.7k gas. Oh my goodness, Timbo, please spend your money. bbreed gonna be pretty far ahead in the supply count, but it would not be the case if only Timbo would spend his money. And finally 20 mutas on the way. Has bbreed spotted that? Has he done any scouting at all? No, he hasn't. Oh my goodness. Completely dark on the other side of the map. bbreed has just been playing the single player campaign for 11.5 minutes so far. But he is getting a missile turret in each base. That's gonna help, but oh, bit of a hole in the wall there, and Timbo's gonna run in, do a bunch of damage to the third once again. 17 more SCVs going down, and Timbo's just gonna run away, dropping this little changeling, this spy amongst the Terran army. And now the mutas are finally out. They have been a long time coming. The Spire was done for so long, and only now are the mutas coming, but better late than never. Let's see if they will be able to get some work done. And ooh, it looks like Timbo's setting up for a double-pronged attack. He's gonna run into the third and losing a few Zerglings. Gonna run away, flying in to the natural base with the mutas. Gonna pounce on that missile turret right away. And bbreed is scrambling to defend. 12 more SCVs down, and now Timbo bounces into the main. Gonna dive on top of the missile turret here. Get some more SCVs. He could get that tank if he wants it. He doesn't want it, I guess. 22 SCVs down, and ooh, we gotta run out of there. Loses a few mutas that he did not have to lose, but pretty good damage. And Timbo, please spend your money. 3k, 1k in the bank. But now Timbo has the worker lead, and he is in a very nice spot in this game. Hive Tech is ready. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. 3-3 for his lings on the way. And bbreed with his army lead is going to try to make something happen before the Ultras can come into play. This is bbreed's moment to shine. He's going to have to make something happen here, and he very well could. He is almost double the army supply of Timbo. And Timbo, 8 Ultras on the way. bbreed needs to make something happen before those Ultras pop. But every second that passes is a good second for Timbo. Just needs to buy time for the Ultras right now. I don't like this. I don't think you should be running in right now. Gonna run in and lose his entire Lingbane army, and you really need the Lingbane buffer with your Ultralisk. 8 Ultralisk by themselves is not very scary. 3-3 does get cancelled. Nicely done there, and look at these Ultras. Only 2-2. They don't have chitinous plating, and Timbo's gonna lose a lot of the Ultras to just tanks. But Timbo is gonna clean up. 2 Ultras remaining. So even though it was a bit sloppy from Timbo, he does get the cleanup. And I think he's in a pretty good spot now. Timbo is just remembering he still has mutas. Gonna fly in, lose 1 to the Widow Mine. Gonna fly back into the main, pick off the missile turret once again. Gonna pick off more SCVs, some mules as well. And that pulls the entire Terran force back to try to defend. And every passing second now is a very good second. Timbo with the income lead, hugely in favor of the Zerg player. 72 to 38 workers, and this is going to be a very uphill battle from this point on for bbreed. This command center not even being repaired. Is it going to burn down? And what is this mule doing? Kind of just chilling. These guys, oh, there's an SCV back here too. not doing work. Please don't let this command center burn down. Oh no. Timbo, though, sitting on 4, getting 5 and 6 bases. This one line has been chilling here for a long time. A tank? A naked tank down here. Somehow. Still alive. Gonna get pounced on. And Timbo has not remade his... Wait, has he? He's remade his evolution chambers, but has not restarted 3-3. Now, bbreed going for another attack, and this is probably his last hope. He is so far behind in terms of the economy. He's trying to set up his 4th, but he is down 26 workers. Timbo sitting on 68 drones. I'd like to see more in terms of workers, especially for this unit composition, but it's okay. Timbo not really spreading his creep too much anymore. Forgot about that perhaps, but Timbo's maxed out. bbreed also maxed out actually, so that means bbreed's gonna have the army supply lead. One marine once again snoozing inside that medevac, and ghosts by bbreed. Ooh, interesting. Didn't know bbreed knew how to use ghosts, but Timbo taking out that 4th, as well as 24 SCVs. Oh my goodness. And just wisely backing off. Timbo knows that he is so far ahead in terms of the worker count. He just needs to deny bases and starve bbreed out. Force bbreed to move out and then jump on top of his army and clean it up. There's no need for Timbo really to force a fight right now. He should just, as he's doing, attack the edges of bbreed's base and really choke him out. And so he is going into the 3rd now. bbreed across the map of his own, so he's going to go for a counter attack, maybe a base trade. Let's see if Timbo decides to go back home after he takes off this 3rd. What is going to be the moves here? bbreed taking out that base over there, setting himself up at the 3rd, and Timbo flies his mutas in to die, loses his entire muta flock, and now the Ling Bane Ultra are back. Oh, some nice snipes on the Ultralisk. 8 more Ultras on the way, but at the moment, army supply is very even. Obviously, bbreed is super far behind in terms of the worker count, but he is just cleaning up base after base. Another hatchery goes down, and bbreed gonna... Oh no, you should get out of there! Some additional snipes going down. And bbreed kind of running out of steam here. The hatchery pickoffs were nice, but he still has a huge Zerg army to deal with, and every unit he loses at this point is very costly, as he is down to essentially 1 mining base over here. Timbo, despite losing 3 bases, is still actually Timbo also on 1 mining base, I guess. So gonna be pretty even, I guess, in terms of economy, but Timbo has a lot of money in the bank, and most importantly, he has a huge army on the field. bbreed Only some Marines, tanks, and Widow Mines from bbreed, so gonna need to make some magic happen. Gonna need some magical Widow Mine connections. And even then, it's gonna be a very tall order. Timbo gearing up for perhaps the killing blow. Gonna run a single Zergling to do some scouting, and okay, 2 Widow Mines there did some damage, I guess. And now Timbo just runs in, and there's just so much Zerg bbreed on his last breaths. Gonna lose his entire army, gonna lose his final mining base, and single G on bbreed. Timbo finally takes a map.